If you are a new Agile coach, Scrum Master, release train engineer, or any of the Agile practitioning roles, there is one critical mistake that you might be making that is costing you your credibility. It's costing you opportunities, and it may even cost you your job. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing that before, so you can start applying it. I'm going to be discussing it. I'm going to be giving you fixes on how to go about it, so that you get going in correcting it before it's too late for you. And the funny thing is that, or the most scary part is that, most people don't even realize it until it's too late. And the most scariest part is that I see this mistake over and over and over and over again on the job, and then with people mentees that will come to us for mentorship, and they don't even realize the mistake until most of the time it's usually too late. I wouldn't want you to go through that. So please stay tuned, watch till the end. If this is your first time here, my name is Fomafung, your favorite Agile Evangelist, and welcome back to our channel. Here we share Agile information, we help people build success in their career, we help small and medium-sized businesses to leverage business agility and AI to be able to achieve results faster in their business, and most especially, we help people that are looking to transition into the Agile career path to successfully do that. Last but not the least, we also help people to achieve healthy money habits, so that they are establishing a healthy financial future for themselves. So please go ahead, click that subscription button and notification bell so you stay tuned with our weekly content. Thank you so much. Now let's get into it. So what is this common mistake that most Agile coaches, most Scrum Masters, release train engineers, and even product owners would make that cost them their credibility most of the time? And you know that once your credibility have been damaged, it will be so difficult for you to recover it in that particular organization. This mistake is people focusing so much on process as opposed to focusing on people. What does this even mean? Remember, one of the Agile values states that individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Now, I would see Agile practitioners, they'll be so focused on the Scrum events. They'll be so focused on the tools, that is Jira, whatever they're using, Azure DevOps, which are all great. But the funny thing is that all of this is only 11% of what it takes for an organization to become truly business agile, for an organization to successfully achieve business agility. These processes, all the Scrum events, all the Agile events, the tools that we use is only 11%. Statistics have shown that the remaining 89% is about people. What are the values that these people incorporate? How do they show up as an organization? How do they show up as a team? How do they treat each other as team? How are the employees treated? Which would definitely reflect on how their customers are being satisfied. So in a nutshell, I categorize all of these as impact on people and outcome to customers. So as an Agile coach, if you are focusing so much on ensuring that your teams are so perfect with the Scrum events, your teams are so perfect with the Kanban events, and then you are forgetting about the people factor. You're forgetting about ensuring that your teams are rooted in the Agile values and principles. If you're a Scrum team, you're forgetting ensuring that your teams are rooted in the Scrum values, referencing Lisa Atkins' high performance tree. Then you're making a big mistake. Over time, it's just a matter of time, you will definitely become irrelevant, because these processes that we are talking about, teams who cannot follow the Scrum process. Who cannot follow that? Even a little 5 years old, my 5-year-old is able to do that. But where your real impact lies is around your ability to actually coach, mentor, leaders, teams, and individuals to be rooted in the Agile manifesto. Help them understand what it takes for an organization to become truly agile. And what it takes is for them to truly live by the agile values and principles, the mindset, flexibility, collaboration, speed, and most especially result, impact on the customers, satisfying customers, prioritizing employees. Another mistake that I see, which agile coaches don't call out, is organizations will be so focused on customers and then forgetting the people that are making these things happen. Forgetting the real customers. Their real customers are actually the employees. The way you treat the employees would definitely reflect on how your customers will be satisfied. Because your employees are the ones that are really making things happen for the customers. They will prioritize the mistake they will make is that they will prioritize ensuring that the board of directors, the board members are satisfied. They will prioritize ensuring that the CEO is satisfied. They will prioritize ensuring that the directors are satisfied. Then they would expect that because of that, the customers will be satisfied. The mistake, the big gap that most of us miss as an organization and then as agile practitioners that are supposed to help this organization elicit this gap is we don't help them understand that you empowering your employees, they are usually at the lowest on the organizational chart. You're empowering them to own the work, be part of the decision, ensuring that their fingerprints are on the decision, treating them well, coming up with credit points, different acknowledgement tools, opportunities. Pleasing your employees in a healthy way would definitely transition to the way they would want to please the customers that you're looking to have. You see, so that is the number one mistake. So in a nutshell, I've seen agile practitioners force teams into frameworks they are not even ready for. Treat agile as a checklist instead of a mindset, or instead of one of the tools that organizations can leverage to achieve their business outcomes. And the result is always chaotic. It always ends up in premium tiers. So now I would like us to address, why does this happen? Why does this common mistake happen all the time? One thing I've learned in my career is that, which is how I interpret why this mistake happens. This mistake happens because most of the trainings out there, they focus on training you the role, the events, framework, and all of that, but they do not train you on how to read the room. They do not train you on how to navigate team dynamics. They do not train you on how to drive or enable meaningful change. See, the thing is, most agile coaches or Scrum Masters usually think that their job is to enforce the frameworks. I don't think that's the case. I actually think your job is to enable the teams. Your job is to enable leadership to be able to adopt business agility. So if you're not connecting with people, building meaningful relationships, understand their specific or their particular problems, and then adapting your approach, agile will not work. Whatever you're trying to do there, you're just wasting your time. So how do we fix this mistake? The very first thing is, when you join an organization, build meaningful relationships. Connect with stakeholders. Understand their specific current situation. Understand their immediate pain points. Understand what success looks like. And then partner with them so that you all are coming up with an aligned goal. And then now you can focus on helping them or enabling them to achieving the goal, leveraging Agile as a tool. That's the first thing, building meaningful relationships. The second thing that you can do to fix this problem, listen more than you talk. That's one of the challenges that I face. What I've noticed that as Agile practitioners, we will connect with organizations, and then even if we go seek to want to understand their problems, we are not listening. We show up as a saving Jesus, and then we are looking to just solve all their problems, even without understanding their specific context. That is a mistake. And for you to be able to not fall in that trap, zip it up and listen. Take notes. until you truly are able to understand, validate your hypothesis, because before you can even start giving any recommendation on how to fix anything, you see. So again, the second fix is listen more than you talk. The third fix, adapt your approach. Agile is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Once you listen to them, you understand their specific problem, then you need to come up with a customized suggestion, recommendation, and from a place of experimentation that will help them try things out and then discover solutions for themselves and adapt accordingly. You see, again, these things are not taught in certification programs, which is why we created the Agile Coaches mentoring program and the Scrum Masters mentoring program to help you through this. Again, reach out to us and we will be more than happy to work with you to become a highly impactful Agile practitioner. Moving on to the fourth fix, align with business goals. Always ensure that you're tying back all the Agile activities you're doing to business outcomes, because at the end of the day, that's what the leaders or the sponsors care about. So you must be able to speak their language. So how do you speak their language? You should be able to tie your own goals to the organization's business outcomes. Until you're able to do that, before you can clearly, your impact can be measured. So your impact, your goals as an Agile practitioner should marry the organization's goals. That way, as you are helping them achieving those outcomes, that is the way you're able to measure your own outcomes as an employee, you see. So if you're able to do that, you will definitely stand out in that organization. Your credibility will be spotless. You will, when opportunities come up, you will be the first they are calling, and most especially your job will not be threatened. So if you are a new Agile practitioner, that is Scrum Master, Agile Coach, Delivery Manager, Agile Project Manager, Release Train Engineer, you want to avoid these mistakes. Our Agile Coaches mentoring program and Scrum Master mentoring program is designed for exactly this, to help you close this kind of gaps. So contact us today, reach out to us. You can contact us by email, info@beingagileconsulting.com. You can call us through WhatsApp, send us a message, visit our website, beingagileconsulting.com, learn more about our programs, and if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. I'll be more than happy to help you with free orientation and navigate which program will best help you achieve your specific goals. Again, this is Karen Fomafung, your favorite Agile Evangelist, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye. By the way, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Take care.